Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I clean, dry, and store my brushes. The big necessity in makeup in general. People have different ways of how they do their makeup, different methods that they use, but I feel like in common, everybody should clean their brushes because it's very nasty if you don't, guys. It's gross. And I have known people that they will go weeks without cleaning their brushes, and I'm just ew. Like it's just nasty in my opinion. One of the biggest things that people always say or excuses to not clean their brushes is because it's expensive. You know, you get the glove where you clean them, that's expensive. Makeup brush cleansers are now pretty expensive, and they just don't want to waste their money. So for today's video, I want to show you guys affordable ways and affordable products that I use to clean my brushes. Now, this is not the only one that I use, guys, but this is the type of methods and products that I use when I either run out of my other brush cleansers or when I just don't want to splurge on them. These methods and products work just as well, and they do the job. So if you guys want to see what I use and how I do everything, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so first things first, how often do I clean my brushes? Now, I clean my brushes, deep clean my brushes, and I need to make sure I get that point across. I deep clean my brushes every 2 weeks. And that means that I'll grab all my brushes, take them to like my sink, and I will clean them with soap and water. Now, between every 2 weeks, between those weeks, I will spot clean my brushes if I need to. So face brushes, like contour brushes, blush brushes, foundation and concealer brushes, I will not use after I have used them. So I don't reuse them, if that makes sense. So let's say on Monday, I use a foundation brush. On Tuesday, I'm not going to use that same one. I will just grab another one. After I use my brushes and after I've gotten them dirty, I will put them in a dirty container. I have like one where my clean brushes are and then one where my dirty brushes are. I will use my brush, then put it in the dirty one. And I will do that until the end of the 2 weeks come up, and then I will grab the container, take it to the sink, and deep clean them. So I will do that. Now, if I have like an eye brush, if I have a blending brush that I really like and I want to reuse it, I will spot clean it. So they have a bunch of spot cleaners at Ulta. They have from like very expensive ones to very affordable ones. You can go and check them out. I have one by It Cosmetics. That's the one that works for me. It's like $18. So that can be like on the pricier side. It's not necessary, but for me, if I don't want to deep clean that brush, I would just spray it on a paper towel, spot clean it, and then reuse it. But for the most part, I will deep clean my brushes every 2 weeks. When I do that, which leads into step number 1, cleaning, what I like to use are 2 things. Well, actually 3. So I'm going to show you guys what I like to do. So for method number 1, and I feel like this is the one that everybody has used, these products have been talked about a lot. And I originally learned this from Michelle Phan. So she's like the OG beauty guru. You can just search Michelle Phan brushes. And she mentions that she learned this in her oil painting class. And what she does is she just got some antibacterial soap and a little bit of olive oil. And the antibacterial soap will help clean and get rid of the dirt. And the olive oil will just help kind of fluff them up and make them look nice and new again. So I learned that method from her. So that's one way I like to do. Another product that you can use if you don't want to use antibacterial soap or olive oil, you can use like baby shampoo, baby soap. And I'm a mama now, so I have lots of that, and I'll use it. It works really well, guys. If you have like the pumpable one, you pump it into like a plate, or if you have like the bar of soap, you just swirl it around your brush. And I like to use it, and it's very inexpensive. So whichever one you want to use, those are the ones that I would recommend. I'm going to be showing you guys the one that I like to use more often, and that's the antibacterial soap with the olive oil. Now, For this one, I will usually do 2 parts of the antibacterial soap and 1 part of the olive oil. And I will put that on a plate. You can get a paper plate or a plate that you don't use to like eat and stuff. And I will just grab a dirty makeup brush, swirl the brush into those 2 products. And then I will grab a brush cleaner container. The one that I have is from Ross. And I will just start to clean my brushes. How all the makeup and the dirt is going off and just cleaning the brush. So I really like to use this method. It works really well. It really gets my makeup brushes clean. So I'll just do that, and I'll do that for all of my brushes. And I'll go one by one. If you don't want to do that, if you feel like, well, Jessica, that's a lot of work, I don't want to go brush by brush cleaning them. Like my hands are gonna get pruny, they're gonna get nasty. I don't want to deal with that. What you can do is put the soap and a little bit of the olive oil into a bowl, a cup, whatever. Just put that in there, add a little bit of water, mix it together, and then put all your makeup brushes in there. Just put them all in there. And what I like to do is I like to separate the synthetic from the hair, like natural hair brushes. I just like to do that. So I would just do that, put them in there, leave it for like 10 minutes, and then after those 10 minutes have passed, I will come and just rinse each brush out, and it will just leave them looking nice and clean. You can go do any other things that you needed to get done, and your brushes will just stay there and getting clean. So that is another method that I like to use. So if you guys don't want to go brush by brush, you can just do this method and it'll work just as well. So after your makeup brushes are all clean, go take them out. So you're gonna grab all your brushes in a towel or whatever you put them in, and you're just gonna go into a table or section where you can just place them flat on a nice surface. My number 1 recommendation would be to dry them facing down. And that is just because all the water is gonna get out of the brush. So that would be my first recommendation. If you have a lot of brushes like me, I'm not gonna be doing that. So do as I say, not as I do. So what I'll do, since I have a lot of brushes, I will roll up a towel, and then I'll have like another towel extended, and I will just put the brushes laying flat but slightly facing downward. And I like to do this just because I can place my brushes right next to each other, but at the same time I can just, like, the water can get out. Another thing is brush guards. I like to use brush guards. You don't have to, but it's like $6 for a pack of 10, the one that I got. And the one that I got was on Amazon. I just went on Amazon, I pushed brush guards, and I got the $6 ones. It was like $6 for a pack of 100 brush guards. So it's very inexpensive and they work wonders, guys. So the reason I like brush guards are because they just bring my brush back into its form, and it leaves them looking nice and new. So if you notice, right after you clean your brushes, some of them will get kind of crazy. So they will kind of, you have like a little hair going that way, a little hair going the other way, and it just kind of gets, it just looks crazy. It looks like it just woke up in the morning. So what the brush guard does is brings it back into its original form. So after it's dried, you can see that it's really nice and clean. It looks new and just overall pretty. So I like to use the brush guards for that reason. Like I said, it's not a necessity, but if you want to maintain your brushes nice, want them to live a long life, then I feel like brush guards is worth the $6. So I would just lay them flat with the brush guards and let them sit like that overnight. dry nicely and they dry fully. After that, just take all the brush guards out. After you let them dry overnight, you're going to go into storing your brushes. Now the way that I like to store my brushes are just in these little containers. I would just put them in these containers, and I have like ones for like, they have like little sections, so I'll put like my face ones, my eye brushes, and all the other brushes. The container that I got is from Ross. It was like $4 each, which is very inexpensive. They have containers where you can like put pencils and stuff, and I will use those for brushes, and it works really, really nice. It looks really pretty. I like it, and it kind of goes with my aesthetic and my vanity. So yeah, that is how I store them. All right guys, so that's pretty much it. This is the affordable, most easiest way of how to clean your makeup brushes, and it gets the job done. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what products you like to use to clean your brushes. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys are notified every single time I post a new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.